Greetings, Korbanth fans. Korbanth here. I'm going to have a quick little chat about the new VeeOne hero, Luke Skywalker lightsaber from Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. This one is the SS version, or what we call the stainless steel. It's made pretty much the same way as the previous version, just with a much more nicer stainless steel metal, which is just beautiful. Gives it some good heft to it. So this one is how to work with the installed version. Let me describe how this works. When you first get it, this chassis will be inside this saber here. This is the on-off switch right here. So the way that you get into this is, let me put it all together and I'll show you. So right when you get it, you'll know exactly the same way of how to do it, how I do it. All right, so this is the crystal reveal section. When you first get it, I always hold it here. I put my fingers on this piece. It just keeps it from turning. And then you can gently turn this bottom piece. We sometimes put a little bit of oil on these threads to help them. So this is the chassis. You can't just pull it straight out. It won't pull out. You have to rotate it to the left, and then it pulls right out. And the reason for this is there's a channel here that goes, if you can see, it goes right here. This channel goes right in the middle, and it goes in, and what it does when it gets in there, it turns like this, because you want this little bar underneath the circuits in here. So it goes in all the way, and so, until you see it goes all the way up into here, and then it turns, rotates. Now it won't come out again. So you can tell when you're in when it looks like that. So let's turn it on.
I know there is good in you.
And you see the little blinking lights, which look really cool. So again, you can pull this out while it's on. There's the crystal lighting up. And I think after about 30 seconds, it does go to sleep. So if you ever don't want to turn it off. So put this in all the way, turn it. And then these two buttons, this one lights it up. Now you can press and hold the button to deignite it. I'm holding it. Or you can turn it off a different way. Let me put this bottom on. Okay, so now it's on. You can also twist it. You can twist it off. Here's what it looks like with the blade put in. Beautiful. You got the glowing crystal in there. And then you can hold it to turn it off or twist it. This button here changes fonts.
The Emperor has been expecting you.
So if you want to go to the red blade, you can do that.
There's nothing for me here now.
Blue blade.
Last, I feel the force. You were right about one.
Greed, Camilla.
You can go through a lot of different fonts.
And an apprentice. No less.
So there's about anywhere from 25 to 35 fonts that we add on there for you. Our partner is Lord Reaver of Reaver's Arsenals. They make a huge batch of fonts that we can use. One more feature that you can do with this is you can actually take this part off here, and then you can take this part off, which is here. And you can put on if you don't really care so much about the crystal reveal feature, and you just want it to be like a normal Luke's, you can put this on. Sometimes it does help to take the chassis out. Remember, twist, and then you can pull. And then you can go ahead and put this on. So when this goes on, I'm going to put a little oil on there so it goes on tighter. But when you put this on, then you can go ahead and mount this part. And then you have the regular rib section on there for the Luke saber if you don't want to use the crystal reveal. The other thing too is you never want to take it apart here because there's wires that go all the way up into the circuit board. If you want to swap out your emitter for the display one, what you do is hold here and twist. You want to twist this upper part. Again, you don't want to twist it here or you'll break the wires that go between these. So if you want to swap out your display emitter, if you do turn it on, you'll see light shine through there, but of course it won't light up a blade. But this is if you want to use the display emitter versus the blade emitter. Remember too, the blade emitter has 1, 2, 3 blade retention screws. So when you put your blade in, tighten these down and it will hold the blade in place. Remember, this is a thin neck saber. Thin neck sabers are not meant for dueling or hitting hard, but you can do light to medium tapping, but you just don't want to hit so hard enough that you could break the neck here. It is a brass, copperish kind of material, where this is all stainless steel and it's heavy. You just don't want to break it that way. So again, let's put it together. You have let's use the ribbed reveal section. It should come to right this part here. We're going to go ahead and put this in. Got that part now. Then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to turn this off and turn it back on.
Your overconfidence is your weakness.
So he goes in slow, and then this will be at an angle because it won't go in straight. So this goes at an angle until you can see it's not all the way. So you got to, there you go. Now it's in all the way, and then you turn it. If you do encounter stiffness with this chassis, what we've discovered is this right here. You can loosen this up a little bit right here to make the chassis feel less tight. In other words, if you're having trouble with the chassis, it's usually this part is too tight in. They made one extra thread on here so it can tighten down a little too far. And if you tighten it down all the way, you may have trouble getting it out. So loosen this up just a tiny bit, and then this comes right out like butter. So this goes in. So this can, like I said, go back on. And now you have the full saber. This right here is a solid, I call it pommel cap, where this one you got these little slots in there so sound comes out the vents. So this is for sound. This is for somebody who just wants to display it and it looks more accurate. So more for accuracy, more for accuracy, more for accuracy. This is more displayed so it looks really cool. So turn it on. Now there's one other feature. You can push this back. It's in pretty tight, so you have to be very careful on how you move it. But you pull it back and you see the circuit board. And this little white button here will actually also light the saber up. So it acts as a button number 1. Hold it down. When you go to push this back on, be careful. Don't snap the white button off by pushing this on, so be very careful on how you do it. Can't think of anything else to describe on how to work your lightsaber. It's pretty simple. I really like it. I think it's one of the best versions out there. Stainless steel is sometimes the best metal to work with lightsabers. I would say this thing...
It is too late for me, son.
I gotta say, this saber feels like it's 2.5 pounds. Very hefty, very nice. I think you're really gonna feel this is one of your best prizes in your collection. Thanks for watching. Take care.